Hi, I'm Terrinique, founder of the best-selling naturally curly hair care brand Curly Belt and host of the Terrinique Show, a show where we talk about hair, a woman's crowning glory. I'm so happy that you've allowed us to be a part of your hair care journey, and I hope that you enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Terrinique Show. I am your host, Terrinique, and I'm so happy that you have decided to join us for yet another episode. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the 5 key differentiators of castor oil versus rosemary oil when it comes to hair growth and which one is better. This will give you a better understanding of which one you want to use based on whatever hair issues you are having, because we'll just break down the differences of them. They seem to be getting a lot of buzz. They've been getting a lot of buzz for years. Castor oil really has been a staple in many hair regimens for, countless of years. And then rosemary oil has been, there's been a buzz about them, but I feel like recently there's been a lot more talk about rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is the miracle hair growth oil. So let's just dive a bit deeper into why, or the differences between castor oil and rosemary oil and which ones you should use for your goals if you have hair growth goals. Okay, so first of all, let's start off with castor oil. So castor oil, basically it stimulates hair growth and nourishes the scalp deeply. Sorry, I brought my computer today because I'm like, I gotta get everything right and remember everything because there's so much information. So the main difference is castor oil stimulates hair growth, right? And it deeply nourishes and moisturizes the scalp. Whereas rosemary oil improves circulation. So you need that blood flowing to the scalp. It increases the circulation of the blood flow, and that in turn increases hair growth. So we have one that stimulates hair growth and nourishes the scalp deeply, and then we have one that improves circulation, aiding in hair growth, and it also rosemary oil prevents premature graying. So those are the 2 main attributes of castor oil and rosemary oil. One, it stimulates hair growth, and the next one improves the scalp. We know that the scalp is the foundation of healthy hair growth. So without that foundation, let's think about the scalp as a garden, right? And well, let's think about our head of hair as a garden. The scalp in this garden would be the soil, and the trees, the plants, or whatever would be your hair. So if your soil is bad, so if you have really bad, dry, cracking soil, then of course it's gonna be harder for your plants to grow, right? You're not gonna really grow healthy plants if your soil is bad. It's the same thing with the scalp and the hair. So if you have, red, irritated, dandruff, flaky, inflamed scalp, then it's gonna be harder for your hair to grow, or for you to grow healthy hair. You're gonna have stunted growth, you're gonna have dry, breaking, brittle hair if your scalp is in a bad condition. So castor oil stimulates hair growth and deeply nourishes, when rosemary oil, it improves the blood circulation or overall condition of the scalp. So we see that both are good and both play different roles when it comes to healthy hair growth. Let's go into one of the key factors that we're going to be talking about. And the first one is nourishing properties. So castor oil by nature is an anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. What this looks like when you talk about inflammation and you talk about like bacteria, castor oil is good for getting rid of inflammation. So if you have like red, inflamed scalp, castor oil would be a good option. So it helps improve the overall health of the scalp. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, is an antioxidant. So it has antioxidant properties, which can protect the scalp from free radical damage and stimulate blood circulation, therefore promoting growth, right? So hair growth. So we have castor oil on one end, and I'm gonna use these because, okay, so these are our Curly Bell products, right? This is our Curly Tropical Oils blend. The main ingredient in this is castor oil. Then we have our Bahama Glow Scalp and Hair Strengthening Treatment. Also, castor oil is the main ingredient in this, right? So we have these castor oils, right? These are considered anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. Then we have our Grow Green Hair Stimulating Serum, right? This was made from rosemary oil, so this is an antioxidant. So here we have antioxidant, antimicrobial. So if you have an inflamed scalp, or if you're suffering from, like, I guess, fungus or whatnot, here you go. Then you have the antioxidant, which is great for damage when it comes to like environmental factors, right? So you have these two separate, castor oil, rosemary oil. I think you get the point. So those are the nourishing properties of both oils. Then we're gonna move on to stimulating the hair follicle. What do these oils do when it comes to stimulating the hair follicle? Castor oil has more of a thick consistency and it coats the hair. So it coats the hair and essentially it seals in moisture. So castor oil, again, is a good sealant. For example, the Curly Tropical Oils blend, a very good sealant for the hair shaft. Is lightweight. It is infused with carrier oils, right? Like jojoba, coconut, and coconut oil. So it dilutes the castor oil, which helps it to seal in moisture. Even though castor oil is very thick, this oil is not as thick because it has other oils in there that help like counteract with the thickness, right? So castor oil is a thick consistency and it seals in moisture. It has moisturizing properties that essentially strengthen the hair and help prevent damage. Secondly, rosemary oil. Rosemary oil, it stimulates blood flow in the scalp, which in turn promotes nutrient delivery to the hair follicles. So it's easier to get like the nutrients. For example, we say if you don't drink a lot of water, you get dehydrated. So essentially using rosemary oil, it helps the delivery of the nutrients that your hair needs to grow. We also know that hair is a non-essential part of the body. So if you are lacking any nutrients in any part of your body will give those nutrients first to your vital organs like your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, whatever. And then lastly, it will give those nutrients to your hair follicles. So rosemary oil basically helps the delivery of those nutrients to your hair follicles by promoting blood flow or circulation in the scalp. So this increased blood flow potentially encourages hair growth and improves overall hair health. So that's the stimulating of the hair follicles. We went over the nourishing properties, and then now we went over the stimulating properties. Thirdly, anti-inflammatory effects. Castor oil anti-inflammatory properties can help soothe scalp conditions like dandruff, itching, and irritation. So we talked about this before, where castor oil is an anti-inflammatory. So if you're experiencing dandruff, itching, flakes, castor oil is a great option for that, right? Secondly, rosemary oil. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that help calm irritation and inflammation, creating a more conducive environment for hair growth. So we have rosemary oil that's calming, right? And then castor oil that is an anti-inflammatory against dandruff, itching, and irritation. So we see that they kind of have similar roles, but they are also very distinct in what they provide, the benefits that they provide. Fourthly, we're gonna go over application and scalp absorption. So how do you apply it to the scalp? Castor oil is very thick, so you probably, if you're gonna use it, you wanna dilute it. You want to dilute it with a carrier oil, like how we've diluted it here with a carrier oil in our Curly Tropical Oils blend with coconut oil. There's a jojoba oil in here. There's also avocado oil, moringa oil. This is a great, actually, blend of oils. And you can find this product at select Walmarts. So you want to dilute castor oil because of the thickness of it, right? So castor oil is often used like this, like in an oil blend or hair mask, and then you directly apply it to the hair and to the scalp. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, is lighter and more easily absorbed by the scalp. It can be diluted with a carrier oil. You can put it in your shampoo, you can put it in your conditioner, or you can use it here and as a serum. So this is actually applied directly to the affected area. So if you have bald spots, or if you have like hair that is thinning and breaking, you just apply a drop of this. And this also contains green tea extract, cherry blossom, rosemary oil, and tea tree oil. So this is a very good blend of essential oils for maintaining a healthy scalp and healthy hair. And it's almost like a conditioner as well, because you can put this on your split ends or your dry, brittle ends to bring them back to life. And then our fifth point is scent and sensitivity. So if you are a person that likes like a mild, nutty scent, then castor oil is the oil for you, because most people don't mind the scent because it's very mild, right? It is generally well tolerated, especially with people who have like allergic issues. Like if you have like allergies, you know, people may use it because of that, but it does have a nutty aroma. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, has a distinct herbal fragrance, and people can find it very invigorating and very intoxicating. On the other hand, because it's so distinct, you can find it like repulsive. You're like, I'm not gonna use it. For example, rosemary oil is in this product, our Grow Green Hair Stimulating Serum, but you cannot smell it. Let me smell it for you. It smells more like a mint, like almost like a peppermint. So that scent has been masked because we have green tea, tea tree oil, and cherry blossom in here, so you can't smell like that strong rosemary scent. So it kind of depends on you, like which oil are you gonna use? Are you gonna use castor oil, do like a more nutty scent, or are you going to use rosemary oil that has a more herbal scent? So again, let's go over the 5 key differentiators for hair growth when it comes to castor oil versus rosemary oil. Number 1, nourishing properties. Castor oil is more of an anti-inflammatory and an antimicrobial. Rosemary oil is an antioxidant. So you see the difference there. Number 3, stimulating hair follicles. Castor oil coats the hair follicles and prevents damage. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, stimulates blood flow and nutrient delivery to the hair follicles. Number 3, anti-inflammatory effects. Castor oil helps soothe conditions like dandruff, itching, scalp irritation. And rosemary oil, on the other hand, calms irritation. So we see the differences there. Number 4, application and scalp absorption. Castor oil requires a carrier oil because it's so thick to dilute it. So you want to use like coconut oil or maybe a jojoba oil to dilute it before you apply it directly to the scalp and to the hair, but you can apply both directly. You can apply it to the scalp and to the hair directly. Rosemary oil, on the other hand, is lighter and it can be absorbed by the scalp easier. You can add rosemary oil to your shampoo or conditioner. Either is fine, and it will be absorbed very easily to the hair, to the scalp. And then number 5, scent and sensitivity. Castor oil has more of a mild, nutty scent. So if you like that type of scent, then castor oil will be the oil for you. And rosemary oil has more of a distinct herbal scent, so it's much stronger. It depends on what your preferences are. I hope that this breaks down the 5 key differences of castor oil and rosemary oil and helps you make a better decision on which